The day I lost my brother was the day I stopped being who I used to be. I wasn't always the man you see standing here. Motivational speaker, best-selling author, founder of a tech company that now employs over 300 people across the country. That version of me didn't exist 13 years ago. Back then, I was just Marcus, the reckless younger son, the one who couldn't keep a job for more than a few months, who skipped college lectures and thought tomorrow would always be there. But tomorrow ran out on October 4th, 2012. That was the day my older brother Andre died in a car crash. And I was the one behind the wheel. Andre and I were opposites in every way. He was calm, composed, and always seemed to know the right thing to say. I was impulsive, hot-headed, and always looking for the next thrill. Our parents doted on Andre, not because they loved him more, but because he gave them fewer reasons to worry. Growing up in Columbus, Ohio, Andre was a straight-A student, volunteer at the local clinic, and the golden boy of our family. I, on the other hand, spent more time in detention than in class. While Andre studied for the MCATs, I was sneaking out of the house to hang with a crowd that thought rules were optional. Still, he never gave up on me. Not once. Even when I crashed my first car or got fired from a pizza joint for skipping shifts, Andre would find a way to talk me through it. He was the only person I ever truly listened to. That night in October, we'd both been at a party celebrating one of his classmates getting into Johns Hopkins. Andre didn't drink, but I did. Too much. He saw the signs, took the keys from me once, but I got them back when he turned to talk to someone. I remember him saying, "Maybe we should Uber." I laughed, told him I was fine. He sat beside me anyway. He always did. The roads were slick from an early fall rain. Leaves stuck to the windshield like torn paper. I was going too fast. Music up, confidence higher. Then came that curve on Hudson Street. The tires skidded. Andre shouted something. I overcorrected. The car hit the guardrail, then flipped. I woke up in the hospital to the smell of antiseptic and the rhythmic beeping of machines. My head ached. My ribs felt broken, but worse was the emptiness. Mom sat beside me, her hand on my arm. "Where's Andre?" I croaked. She didn't answer. That silence screamed louder than anything I'd ever heard. I was discharged after a week with a broken arm and 3 cracked ribs. But what truly ached was inside. The funeral was packed. Andre had touched so many lives. Professors, classmates, people from the clinic, even patients he'd helped. And me, sitting in the back, sunglasses hiding swollen eyes, heart caving in. I couldn't look at anyone, couldn't speak. People whispered, some glared, some avoided me. After the service, my father approached. "You should go," he said. And I did. I packed what little I had and moved into a basement apartment downtown. Took a job as a night stalker at a 24-hour grocery store. No one asked questions there. I didn't have to talk. Just lift boxes, stock shelves, disappear. One night, about 6 months later, I went to visit Mom. She wasn't home. I let myself in, wandered into Andre's old room. It hadn't changed. Bed still made, books neatly stacked. In the drawer of his desk, I found a leather-bound notebook. His handwriting, neat, intentional. Lists of goals. Graduate med school, volunteer in Africa again, start a clinic for underprivileged kids, visit Japan with Marcus. That last one broke me. Then I saw it, one line underlined 3 times. "Your life is someone else's miracle in waiting. Don't waste it." I cried for hours, and when the tears dried, something shifted. I stopped drinking, started attending DUI recovery meetings. It wasn't easy, nothing was, but I kept going. Every time I wanted to quit, I remembered Andre's list. I enrolled in online courses, took business and coding classes, failed a few, passed some, kept going. 2 years later, I launched my first app, a journaling tool for people recovering from trauma. It flopped, less than 100 downloads. But the process taught me something: resilience. In 2017, I created BridgeMind. It was a simple idea. Pair people struggling with grief, guilt, trauma, or addiction with mentors who had survived the same. A safe, anonymous space, a bridge. At first, it was just me and 5 volunteers. Then a nonprofit in Seattle heard about it. Then a university. Then a veterans organization. BridgeMind spread, quietly but steadily. I worked around the clock. Some nights I didn't sleep, but this time I wasn't running from something. I was running toward it. In 2020, we hit 1 million users. The New York Times called it one of the most impactful mental health platforms of the decade. I didn't care about the press, but I cared when we launched the Andre Delaney Scholarship Fund. I cared when I got a letter from a girl in Utah who said the app helped her stop self-harming. I cared when Mom hugged me and said Andre would be proud. On the 10th anniversary of Andre's death, I went back to that stretch of road. There's no scar on the pavement, no flowers, just memory. I parked the car, walked to the guardrail, pulled out Andre's notebook still in my coat, and read the line again. Your life is someone else's miracle in waiting. Then I whispered, mine too, Andre, mine too. Last year, I was asked to give the commencement speech at Kent State University, where Andre and I both once enrolled. I stood on that stage, thousands watching, and I told them everything, not to shock, but to show them what it means to rebuild. You will fail, you will fall, you will lose people you love, but you get to decide what happens next. Don't waste that power. The standing ovation meant something, but the email I got the next day meant more. I lost my brother last year. Your words helped me breathe again. Thank you. So, today, BridgeMind has a team of 120. We've expanded to Europe and South America. We launched a podcast. A book deal came, and I took it. But the most important thing I do? Once a week, I visit the youth center downtown. I sit in a circle with teenagers who feel lost, and I listen. Then I tell them the truth. You are not your worst moment. I still carry Andre with me. In the choices I make. In the lives we touch. I still see his face in the mirror sometimes, not in guilt, in gratitude, because from the wreckage of that terrible night, something beautiful grew. And it's not done growing yet.